Hi, I'm Nancy Durrant and welcome to our series celebrating the Art After Dark public art programme going across central London from this month. Over the next 8 months or so we're going to be bringing you insights from London's brilliant artists and creatives on things you can do while you're hunting down the new installations. Today I'm joined by the artist Rana Begum. Hello Rana, thank you so much for joining us.
Hi, thanks so much for having me here.
So we're starting our afternoon at the Den in the St Martin's Lane Hotel, which I didn't know is designed by Philippe Stark.
It's really nice and cosy and I love the art in here as well. So
yeah, I don't know who it is, but it's really cool, isn't it?
Yeah, what I like about it is that actually it makes you look at the architecture, it makes you look at the detail of the architecture as well in a way that you don't normally, so it kind of draws your eyes to a certain part of the architecture.
I really love the entrance to this hotel. It's got like I mean you saw it on the way in, it's like a yellow glass revolving door, and it kind of really made me think actually weirdly on the way in about your work, because you've worked a lot with coloured glass and so light and colour and architecture as well, and geometry, they're all kind of crucial to what you do, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean there are three elements in my work that kind of you see it constantly, and it's you know, it's light, colour and form, and these three things really work together to create I guess an experience or a space, or you know, something that you really kind of interact with.
You know, we're here sort of celebrating this public art project, but you've done quite a few, haven't you, public art projects?
Yeah, and there are actually few in London, so if you are in London, you know, it's worth going down seeing them. I love working in the public art sector because I think, you know, they're free. That's one important thing to remember, and they're really open to everyone. When
you're making work for the public realm, are there kind of specific things that you have to think about, challenges that when you're making work, you know, that you want to make that you don't have to think about at all?
Yeah, there's always constraints, and I love constraints because I think they are challenging and they really push your practice in the way that you wouldn't normally. It makes you think, makes you look at things in a way that you haven't normally. It makes you think about material and how you can kind of work with those challenges. Yeah, and there's lots of things that you have to kind of adhere to, you know, like there's obviously the weather, you know, how will it last throughout the year, through the summer, through the winter period, you know, how will it look in the day and in the evening light, you know, so it's lots of different things, and also biggest thing is health and safety, you know, making sure you don't trap anyone.
Yeah, bits of it don't fall off or that kind of stuff.
Exactly. So.
I mean, this area, you know, the buildings are still quite old, but I feel like it's changed quite a lot.
I mean, I used to love, as a child, coming into London and visiting both of my aunts. And I loved, it always felt huge, you know, as a child. It just always felt a lot going on, very active, very, you know, constantly changing and shifting. And I loved that about London, and I loved the fact that, you know, things are always kind of, I felt, in conversation, and wanted to be in the middle of this kind of hustle and bustle of London. I love these. I am excited about trying them on. I've got my studio shoes. Oh yeah, these are my favourite socks by
They are so great.
Genevieve,
what's her name?
Sweeney.
Sweeney, that's it. So you've, obviously you're a sculptor and a painter and many other things, making installations and all that stuff, but you've collaborated with fashion designers before, haven't you?
Yes, I love collaborating with architects, fashion designers, musicians, writers. I think it's, as artists, we are in such kind of fortunate position to be able to have dialogues with different people from different discipline, and I think, you know, you need to be kind of open to things. So, yeah.
So do you think fashion is an art form?
Yeah, I think it's all to do with having respect for the different kind of discipline, and I think I mean, I'm someone that really appreciates I would say skills and different kind of craftsmanship, and really appreciates quality and the way you make something, whether it's art or a pair of shoes or clothes. I literally move around a lot, and so clothes, shoes that I wear needs to really kind of work with me. These chairs.
I know, they're so nice, aren't they? Super comfy. So we're in the Royal Academy.
Yeah.
And you became a Royal Academician, what, 2-3 years ago?
2019, just before COVID. So
Great.
it's kind of a really strange time.
What exactly does it mean to be a Royal Academician?
Well, I think you know, the process is really interesting. You're nominated by artists that are already Royal Academicians, and then you're also selected. That's what's quite amazing, to be to know that, to be selected by artists that you've grown up kind of loving and admiring their work.
And can people see your work at the Royal Academy?
Being a Royal Academician, you donate a work, so there'll be a work in the permanent collection, and I also will be showing some work at the summer exhibition and some work at Jose Pizarro's restaurant, which I'm excited about.
Yeah, that'd be great. That's so nice as well, isn't it? Because people will be looking at it.
I love the fact that it becomes kind of the everyday, so the materials I use is kind of you know, sometimes ready-made materials, and it's part of the everyday, and I like seeing my work, you know, interacting in spaces that a lot of things are happening, so it's interesting, and you know, and I think that's what's great about the Royal Academy is that, you know, you see art in all different ways and different forms. Oh wow.
Oh, these are yours.
These are my kind of early prints that I started doing when I first started working with Cristea Roberts. So it was really exciting kind of working with the gallery and being able to kind of focus on a different strand of my work that I absolutely love.
Yeah.
These are more two-dimensional, and working on editions as well, and looking at kind of different processes and the way I can work with prints.
Yeah.
I love that process. As a student, I remember doing it during my foundation course, and I was really hesitant about which way I wanted to go, whether I wanted to do painting, sculpture, or printmaking. And so it's really wonderful to be working with Cristea Robert and actually trying to, you know, look at different processes as well.
Well, and this is a group show, isn't it? So who are these?
Yeah, so this is, it's great to be showing with these amazing female artists. So there's Annie Albers and Bridget Riley. Yeah, I love, you know, what happens with the layering. I wanted to get, because these actually come from relief works that I was doing in the studio. So I really wanted to see whether I'd be able to get that kind of layering effect and the depth on the two-dimensional kind of plane. So yeah.
Well, thank you so much for bringing us here so we could actually see your work today, and thank you for hanging out with us. It's been so nice.
It's been so much fun. Thank you so much for having me, and I really enjoyed it. Love talking about architecture, love talking about shoes, clothes. It's been fun. I think we've covered everything.
I think everything.
Great.